first quarter earnings call. This is Jason Zhang from CLSA Taiwan. Today it's our honor to have Jian Chen, the CEO at Phison, here with us. He'll be sharing the recent updates and the outlook of both NAND flash industry and the company itself. After that, we'll open the floor for Q&A section. So now let me turn this call over to Mr. Pan. Thank you, Mr. Pan.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. So thanks for everyone to attend Phison's our CQ1, the earnings call. Okay, so let me have a brief update about our current Q1's report. You got from public already know we are revenue is like 17 billion. We hit the record all-time high in every quarter, and this is our revenue breakdown. From this chart, you can see our controller, we also hit the all-time high in the revenue and also in percentage share, 29%. Last year, whole year, I remember we were like 22%. The reason you can check that our controller revenue, the share actually is keep increasing just because of we got a lot of controller project from the semicon customers, from the NAND customers, which last year we are getting more supply from UMC and TSMC, and PCI Gen 4 we got many design wins. So by 2022 we are quite optimistic. Our controller business in our portion will maintain in a high level. And embedded ODM since 2 years ago, I keep emphasizing this is one of our major business. And in the revenue wise, this also become much bigger. It's mainly cover the PC OEM and the smartphone OEM business. So you can see the chart is also every quarter we keep very consensus good growth. And overall, CQ1 is a slow season in the consumer market. So Phison, like consumer retail is 20%. So this is very healthy, and I believe by Phison keep insisting invest into the R&D. We believe in the controller, in the embedded ODM, and coming future autos in auto enterprise SSD, we are going to have a big growth. And this is to show you, I think you already know Phison history. In 22 years, we are start from the USB drive, we in consumer market, and gradually we are moving to industrial. Now we keep investing in R&D. After 3 years ago, engaged with the AMD, we are able to get a big growth in the whole industrial. And from now on, we are start to keep investing into the enterprise SSD and automotive SSD and the related NAND solutions. Okay. CQ1, the revenue is 17.1 billion. And the gross profit is 4.4 B, which is all-time high. And we are happy that Q1, even though CQ1 usually is a slow season, but we're able to hit the all-time high in both revenue and profit. And this is some highlight here. Controller is at 29%. You can see here our special controller in the PCIe. We have a very good YOY consistency. The reason is we keep having a lot of design in from semicon. And in modules, we also keep growing in the gaming and also in the embedded ODM, which embedded OEM is getting much stronger. We also putting our SSD into a smartphone. This is helping us. We also engage with one of ecosystem CPU supplier to promote the next BG SSD for the Chromebook Lite notebook. This will also become our major business in coming future. So this is our revenue. Last year was 62.5. Now by this quarter, last quarter CQ1, we're doing good. And in the whole year, we still are trying to achieve our goal in the growing in revenue. Gross margin, CQ1 was 31.5%, which the reason is controllers business good, which helping the average in the gross margin. And in all the module application, we are collecting the NAND. Basically, was happened by last November and December. During that time, the NAND price was in the bottom, so we also able to enjoy a little bit price up on the NAND. But overall, the value of modules, we also contributes some better revenue than before. In consumer revenue, good, but margin always is a risk. But when go to the OEM, ODM, and gaming industrial, which we're able to maintain better margin. The earning per share is 11.09. The reason is Phison, we are keep investing into R&D, so the OPEX in R&D we are keep increasing. But overall, we still able to maintain 2 digits in the EPS. So this is the income statement here. The orange color is in the period high history, and I just want to share with you about our OPEX. You can by YOY you can see we are keep increasing the R&D investment, but this is what we have to do. Of course, a lot of investor analysts may challenge why you keep insisting to invest R&D, but look to TSMC, keep doing in capex R&D. Now they become no any kind of competitors, but Phison, we have to make sure we are good in the technology. Spatial, we have got so many name makers come to Phison to ask for cooperation in the next future controllers development. So we need to prepare good enough of engineers. So I don't worry about that because I believe with current our R&D investment in the future, we're able to get very big return from our business. Okay, so gross margin wise, also we are happy about that. 31.5% is almost in the high level, and in overall, we able to make a good gross margin. At the same time, we also need to take the margin investing in the R&D. I keep emphasizing R&D is very important. So the balance sheet, you may concern about the inventory. Remember, since last CQ4, market was slow, but we got so many forecasts in this first half. So look to Q1, business was good. So that's why we are preparing inventory since last CQ4, then January. So basically today's average cost in inventory still lower than the market price. So basically no risk. And we understand and agree the COVID and also inflation may cause the electronics market. So by April, we are already lower 1.5 B NT's inventory. So the policy in coming 2 months, we are going to lower our inventory and keep consuming our inventory, then waiting next good time to buy back the NAND for our future business. Okay, so we also happy our ROE still able to maintain in the 20+%. We are working very hard, and I think this is we show the good value to the investor. We also announced our April revenue for 5.9 B, close to much lower. MOM maybe like few percent down, but overall the reason is caused by the Shanghai lockdown. Okay, but it's still we still manageable. Okay, the storage newsletter in the April, they announced the top ranking storage company. Phison was in the number 10. So we are keep doing hard to make ourselves good in this industry. And very popular discussion about the Starlink. Phison's our controllers, together with our partner, we built the storage system into the motherboard. So almost all of these are designed by Phison's storage. Okay, about CQ1's some highlight. Retail was slow, but we are keep moving more PCI Gen 4 into the retail business. OEM in Q1 is very strong, especially our PCI Gen 4, Gen 3 SSD and the smartphone UFS. We are doing great. We have a big growth in the total revenue and also by unit. And gaming according to we talk to our ecosystem, they are still suffering some component shortage. So gaming tend to slow because I'm not able to ship the console to the market. But we also keep many design win with the gaming PC makers to put our fastest PCI Gen 4 controllers and modules into their second half high-end gaming notebook and gaming PC. In server-wise, SATA SSD is a legacy. Key supplier is going to EOL, and Phison we take a lot of the forecast in 2022 from China and the US market. Industrial also in CQ1 basically is a slow season, but we keep also design win more into the automotive business. So in April, we announced our cooperation with the Seagate in the high-end PCI Gen 4 SSD project. We are going to deliver the final samples to the storage system makers by this, I think, second half of this month. So after sampling, we believe by end of CQ3, we're able to slowly ramp up the production, and next year will be a big ramp up in the SSD enterprise. So we are going to show our products to prove we're capable in this industry. Also, we have got the certificate from the ISO 26262, which is for safety in automotive. This we invest 2 years. With this certificate, Phison we're able to convince more automakers come to Phison to co-work with Phison. And this Gen 5 in the this Computex, we are going to demo with our ecosystem CPU partner. They are asking Phison to ship the products by September 1st to the market. So looks like today Phison is, according to a lot of test report, this is the best controller right now in the world. Phison by last year, we also announced our PCI Gen 5 driver. First cut, then direct go to MP. We already got so many order from the PC makers and server makers. So we have a lot of activity and a lot of good news recently. Yeah. So let's talk about the industrial in the semicon. I think recently they have two uncertainty. One is a COVID in China, but we believe COVID eventually, either 1 month, 2 months, able to settle down. The second issue is inflation. Inflation is a big issue. A lot of users, they need to save their money for food, not for the electronics products. This impact the demand. Look to the PC, look to smartphone. But we don't know inflation when able to control. But Phison, what we have to do is keep investing into our engineering team to build more products to our different customers, especially the NAND makers, to make sure we're able to grow in the coming futures. From this chart, you can see Phison again keep hiring more engineers. We may slow down the hiring by second half next year. Okay, so 2022, first half 23, we are still have a lot of a gap to get more engineers. The reason to get engineers because so many controller projects coming from the NAND makers and other customers. We have to adjust the business from them. So maybe by first half next year, I think we're able to train good enough of headcount in developing. Then we are going to slow down hiring. So the OPEX able to manage after that. So Phison's goal, we hope we able to be the most influential the NAND controllers and ecosystem players in the NAND industry. I believe we can make it. After engagement with AMD 3 years ago, now Phison look to revenue and profit, we have a big jumping. By next year, we are going to prove in the enterprise SSD, the cooperation with the Seagate. Then Phison able to manage every NAND application. So we hope we can become the most influential, the players in this ecosystem. Okay, above is today's report, and we collect some Q&A. Let me finish this, then we go to live. Last night, everybody keep busy to study what is going to happen. Okay. To be honest, 3 months ago, I already smelled this acquisition. Okay, 3 months ago, I heard something, and then I made some study. I think this is going to happen, and last night this happened. So what is impact to Phison? Basically, before talking that, then we have to ask why they going to sell. Many years ago, I keep saying that if only in NAND controllers, high R&D investment with a low return, 2021 is an exception because shortage, price increase, volume not increased that many, but price increase 40-50%. Of course, revenue good, profit good, but if everything back to normal, then you have to consider R&D investment and how much can we have a good return. So, to Phison, we believe in the history, the M&A in the design house, after 99% after 2 years, the company been acquired. They looks like 99% going to the restructure, people move, this, that, decision changing. So Phison won't do anything. We will keep consistency here, keep investing, doing our business, make Phison more solid, reliable. This morning we start I personally got several calls from several name makers. They show the concern, and also they ask Phison, hey, are you have a good enough of engineers or not? The reason is they may have to come to us to ask from other projects. The reason is Phison is not to sell, it's not for sale, and we are reliable. Yeah, and we also been keep asking many times why Phison co-work with the Seagate. This back to 3 years ago when we decided to work with the AMD. The reason is we don't have any appearance in the PC industry. All the PC big guys, they don't know us. Through the AMD project, Phison able to bring our product to the platform. Then suddenly they realize Phison, they trust Phison can make it. So we are busy in these 3 years. We have a good business, good return. Enterprise SSD, basically current user, they don't know Phison. Even though they know Phison, they don't trust Phison can make it. Seagate is the biggest enterprise hard drive suppliers. So the users, they trust Seagate. Seagate, they trust Phison. We've been working for many years. So Phison doing every design, logistic, products for Seagate. Seagate define the spec, talking to the customers. So this is a co-development and co-marketing. So we are happy to have a Seagate this partner helping us to this industry. Once we prove capable, then Phison able to go through many cloud social media company to look for controllers and modules design survey business. So this is the best strategy we have. And the cooperation with AMD 3 years ago, we can see today's Phison performance. This is a super good return after 3 years. I believe cooperation with Seagate in 2 years, after 2 years, we can back to check what kind of a return. I believe the return will be good and will be surprised. So this is our strategy to go to the enterprise SSD business. We have a 3-step in the enterprise, our strategy. In legacy, we are building the modules in the SATA to take those business which the main name makers going to EOL. Okay, to us, this is a good revenue and good margin. With the Seagate, now we are co-development and co-marketing, mainly aiming to storage system suppliers. Next step, once we are qualified, we are going to make the design service and customer service business to the hyperscale and cloud applications. So, what's the difference? Also, keep asking what's the difference. Enterprise SSD, like supercars, they are fast, reliable, safe, and the design demanding in the R&D is much heavier than the PC client SSD. So this need to keep at least 5 years R&D investment. So this year is our 5 years done. It's a time to deliver the high-end product sample to the customers. Auto also will be our next growth. We also have a different strategy. For legacy market, we are providing controllers and the modules. And for mainstream, we are co with the NAND makers. Now we have a few NAND makers cooperation in these NAND controllers for auto. And also we are doing customization, okay, for the EMS, ODM partners, and also we direct talk to the automakers. Okay, we believe with the Phison's our overall portfolio in IPs, in the SoC development, in the firmware, in the products modules, we're able to meet, to satisfy the demand inquiry from the automakers. The driver, first design we took 8 months. After 8 months, start sampling, go to MP. Now we got the total 5 million piece of order. And we are need to get a more wafer from our foundry. So this is a very surprising business. From nothing to MP to shipment, total 30 months. Okay, so now we are not only in the motherboard, also putting our design into notebook. By this CQ3, we are going to put our driver into the servers, Gen 5 servers. Okay. So this is very good success, new business in Phison. And by next year, first half, we are going to sampling our Gen 5 retimer. So we have a confidence to make this business good and profitable. ESG, by OTC, you can see we are keep improving. By DGSI, we also improving. And MSCI, we also got from CCC to the BB. So we are keep investing also into the ESG to make sure we are in the top ranking. Okay. Many investors also asking, hey, what's going to happen in the futures? Because of lockdown and because of the inflation. I define two chains. One is a so-called supply chain, one is a called sales chain. Supply chain means in the production with so-called supply chain. Now suffered by lockdown, okay? Shanghai, Kunshan, Chongqing, we have to ship our modules to the Chongqing for notebook assembly. But lockdown not lockdown, but transportation, and the cost increased too much. This is delaying a lot of shipment, okay? But we believe supply chain issue will be solved within few weeks or months. The next is about inflation. Due to inflation, the sales channel, they are not willing to pull in the products. Means the sales channel, now they are lowering their inventory. So look to the 2020. The first Q after COVID getting popular, Western start to lock down. I remember at that time, 5 months, all the logistic is mainly supply food, drug, whatever, the essential demand. EE products in the second priority. But suddenly when lockdown looks like clear, then the products, EE products, shortage in the whole supply chain. We believe if a supply chain start to release, inflation if able to manage, the next will be a big jump up in our industry. So Phison, we have to keep preparing our no matter technology, our people, our products to make sure we're able to enjoy in the next jump up, we can get a much better benefit. Like 2020, you look to 2021, Phison, we are actually enjoying this kind of jump up, and the reason is we keep early prepared for that. Okay, above is the some collecting question, so we can go to live now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pan. And now we can start Q&A section. For the online investor, if you want to ask questions, please use raise hand functions, and I will unmute you to start your questions. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Pan, actually, I have a question in terms of the acquisition between MaxLinear and Silicon Motions. Do you see any potential impact to Phison's or maybe market share or supply chain relationship? Thank you.
I believe yes. I believe to Phison will be the positive impact. Few reasons. After acquire, right, this equal to some uncertainty. Okay, so a lot of many NAND makers start to feel they may need to keep better relationship with Phison. Try to occupy Phison's R&D resource because Phison is not going to change. We are always here. We are solid. And talking about the China, U.S.-China's trade war. Many years ago, Simon saying they are U.S. company because that time U.S. is proud and they are good. But few years ago in China, they say, oh no, they are Taiwan company, okay, because of sensitivity. Now I think they back to as a U.S. company. So in China, we believe China's customers may also have raised some concern. So we are trying to get more share in China also. And the third part is, according to history, after acquire, 99% within 2 years, people may move, may quit, may this, may that. So we are also trying to get some good talent for our future development. So I believe overall to Phison is a positive, good impact. And I believe also the time is a stay in the Phison side. So means the time keep moving, Phison able to enjoy more benefit from that.
Got it. So you just expect the Phison market share can further increase because of the maybe political issues from these acquisitions, right? So do we expect that we can further gain shares from the server or data center market, or only for the consumer market? Thank you.
I think basically we're able to get more opportunity from the NAND makers. And overall for enterprise SSD, I think next year we have our roadmap here. After Seagate start to deliver samples, going to MP, we can get more. Phison's success in the data center nothing to do with the Simon acquisition. They don't have I believe they don't have a such business right now. So I think in the mobile, in the PC, in the consumer, we believe we are taking the advantage to increase our shares in the whole market. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. So, can you give us some colors on NAND flash supply and demand forecast in the second half this year? Because it seems like the end demand is slowing down, and currently NAND supply is very limited by the Kaisha and WD's supply issues. So, what's your view on in the second half this year? Thank you.
CQ2, because of Yokkaichi contamination, I think supply is a gap. By CQ3 now we have to back to again to the COVID and the inflation. According to many reports, smartphones are slow, PCs are slow. Actually, at this equal to the so-called sales chain. In the supply sales channel, they also lower the inventory. They are not willing to pull in the products, okay, because they also afraid about uncertainty. But we believe by CQ3, if this COVID and the war inflation not able to manage, CQ3 definitely will turn to weak, okay, in NAND. But to Phison, now we are consuming our inventory. Inventory cost is still lower than market price, so we good. And we also lower to buy the NAND at CQ2. Actually, since March, we start to lower our buying. Okay, we are managing inventory. We need to lower inventory. So if CQ3 turn to weak, I think also will benefit to Phison. Okay, and if ask me, yes, I wish CQ3 the NAND the price able to go lower, then we're able to buy more for our enterprise business. Okay.
Got it. So, how's the recovery of the WD and the Kaisha's wafer supply due to the contaminations? Will the NAND supply still be limited in the first quarter, or just in the second quarter this year?
They already back to full production by I think by March timeframe they announced. I don't know when, but now they are good in the full production. So supply gap will happen by May and June because the wafer need to go to packaging testing. Okay. CQ3, I think supply side no any uncertainty. I mean the fab is fully run. The issue is about the demand side. Okay.
Got it. So we know Phison's the target for gross margin is between around maybe 25 to 30%. So I think that many investors still have a concern that whether Phison can keep profitability growth in the future when the gross margin is being more normalized. So can we expect Phison's top line growth to sustain its earnings improvements when the gross margin back to the normal level?
The answer is yes. We are. My first goal is to grow our top line. Okay, and this is our business. I don't that much eager to looking to increase the gross margin at this moment. Of course, we like to increase gross margin, but instead of gross margin, I more prefer to look into the top line to get the more market share. But at the meantime, I think with the 27 plus minus 3% gross margin is good to us. Overall, at the end, the net profit we are going to grow. Okay, so look to the 2019, 20, 21, Phison's earning per share is keep growing, and I'm also optimistic in the coming 2-3 years. Okay, also because of due to the acquisitions, I think we able to get a more approach to the big customers such as the NAND makers, and we also believe we're able to get the more projects from those NAND makers. So the answer is yes. The gross margin I just try to maintain, improve our top line. At the end, try to enlarge Phison's net profit.
Okay, thank you. So can we have more colors on the catalyst or driver of Phison top line growth? That means maybe which market or which applications or maybe the growth will be from market share or shipment or even SP or spam migration, something like that. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. The big growth will come in from the controllers. Okay, controllers from a few segments. First, we are in the leading position in the Gen 4, and we got so many NAND makers, PC makers project. Next, now we are going to more in the so-called the mobile business. So controller overall, I think is a big driver to us in a few years. Okay, again, due to the acquisition, I think we are going to benefit. And also the big growth in the revenue wise will be the embedded ODM. Okay, we have a PC, we have a smartphone, we have a medical device, a lot of embedded. This we are going to grow here. And the next, of course, industrial is a stable. I don't expect this to grow that much. This is stable but profitable. And our next two growth will be coming from enterprise and automotive, but this take time. Okay, but 2023, enterprise is going to contribute revenue. Okay, auto we believe we need to keep waiting. Autonomous going to use the high terabyte SSD. This may take years. I don't know how many years, but overall we also keep designing a lot of controllers and modules for auto systems. So overall, we believe the growth controllers is a one portion, embedded is one portion, and the next will be enterprise. Okay.
Got it. Thank you. So, so our targets. So our sales target is still to reach the double-digit year-on-year growth this year.
Yeah, this is our goal.
Got it. So how about the gross margin is still maybe 27 at or minus 2%, not 3%, right?
Yes.
Got it. So how about our OPEX ratio? Because it seems like we keep expand our human resources on our R&D sections. So do we have more color on it?
I think our OPEX ratio, we are going to keep like 14%, I believe. Let me see here. I think it's around 14, 15 something. Okay. The R&D cost, to be honest, is keep increasing, but I believe saturate by next year, CQ2, CQ3. We'll have a good enough talent. Then no need to keep increasing that much. Yeah.
Got it. So it's so it means that our OPEX will be peaking in next year.
Yes.
Oh, got it. Yeah. You talk about the PCIe Gen 4 or Gen 5 related products. So I just want to know. Do we have the PCIe Gen 4 penetration rate in maybe PC, laptop, or server market? I mean, the whole industry penetration rate.
PC, my understanding, all the PC brands, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, Phison got also the design win business. Okay. Servers, now we are designing with the Seagate, sampling by second half this month. So we'll turn to revenue from end of CQ3, okay. But that portion by unit is not big. In server looking for capacity, not looking for unit, yeah. So penetration Phison Gen 4, we believe we are doing good, and again due to the acquisition, I believe that makes us more aggressive to come to us.
Got it. So do we have the industrial number of the Gen 4's penetration rates? I mean, maybe 30 or 40%, something like that.
I don't have that number. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So how's our Gen 5 product lines? Do we target it to be released along with Intel EcoString or something like that?
Yeah. Actually, we are going to demo. Actually, the design is done. Demo by Computex with our ecosystem CPU partners. And we've been asked to MP to ship the modules by 1st of September. Okay, design is done. Now we are waiting the new generation flash going to MP to make this drive to highest speed. Means it's a 14. In lab, we prove we're able to make to 14 plus gigabyte. So this is surprising a lot of PC makers. This will be our good business.
Got it. So it will be adopted on PC applications.
Yes. Starting with
so how about
PC.
server? Yeah.
Server Phison now we are aiming to the PCI Gen 4 sampling by this month, and Gen 5 the silicon will be ready by next year CQ4. Next year CQ4. So it's under design.
Got it. So, so I just wonder how you mentioned that server or data center spec or design is quite different from the consumer application, right? So I just wonder how long that it takes maybe controller for our clients to qualify our product.
Depends on how mature of our design. Looks like Gen 4, I think in 3 months, some customers going to qualify. The reason is, Phison in-house, we built a lot of testing equipment. We have a big lab doing in-house testing. So we believe after, by the way, not just only Phison, we test, Seagate also helping us. We are testing together in their lab in the US. So we believe if a product itself mature, we're able to slow ramp up business after 3 to 4 months.
Got it. Got it. So can we talk about more on the mobile application? It seems like there's spam migrations for mobile NAND manufacturers. So maybe we can take some shares from these migrations. So can we have more color on it?
In mobile, of course, mobile storage are mainly managed by the 3 supplier who has DRAM solutions. So unfortunately, these 3 UFS most likely using in-house controllers. EMC, we also, we got the supply to one of, maybe sooner or later go to 2 of 3 in EMC controllers. And UFS, now we are working with direct work with the mobile phone makers. We provide them the modules, the UFS modules to the PC, to the phone makers. So we have a direct cooperation. So we are also thinking about how to increase our mobile application, because policy, most likely they like to use in-house. But recently, they also consider to outsource to Phison. So this is our next opportunity.
Got it. So overall, it seems like we are gaining the market share across even every applications, right?
Yes.
From PC server to mobile.
And available, portable, medical, auto, any. So Phison's strategy is very simple. Any solution who need NAND, Phison will provide the solution.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I just wonder, how can we just keep increase our market share? Because it's mainly because of our maybe R&D solutions, or we have the better customer service or lower pricing. I just wonder how we can just maintain or even improve our market share.
Okay, first of all, I think we need to have a very solid engineer team, and we need to have a very good attitude to when talk to the customers, and we are willing to cooperate very closely, transparently with the customers. And I believe after this M&A, the key players, key customers, they may feel Phison is most reliable. Means we are not going to give them surprise. And in this case, right, we fully believe they are more willing to have a deep cooperation with Phison. So we be ourselves, working hard, investing more R&D, keeping good relationship with the customers. If we found anything wrong, we are transparent, everything to customers. Let them feel good, don't worry to us, then eventually we can get all the business.
Got it. And So how about our partner in China? We know that our Chinese partner, they are now ramping up their capacity aggressively, but we still see current Chinese demand is weakness. So do we have more color on it?
They are, yes, increasing the supply, but again, due to the rumor saying that maybe China US trade war may have some impact. But overall, yes, China demand due to lockdown by COVID, the demand is suddenly frozen. I believe they also have some pressure how to move their products. But overall, everything doing good. Everything doing good. And spatial again. After back to this M&A, we believe China customers may raise a concern. Okay, so we believe Phison we need to play our role to support them. Then at the end we get the business. Yeah.
So I just wonder, the Seeker Motion also the controller supplier to YMTC, or only us?
Both. They use many source.
Oh, got it. Yeah. So potentially we can have the opportunity to gain the market share.
I mean,
from Seeker Motion, right?
Time will tell. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So can we provide maybe guidance or outlook on second quarter, maybe sales or gross margins?
Now, we didn't provide guidance. If we do it, then OTC will come to us again. So, but overall, due to again COVID inflation, we can feel the demand is slow. In this case, I believe if it's slow, the sales channel inventory also lower, very low. We are waiting when this uncertainty disappear, then we need to pick up, to get the advance benefit from this business. So we are make ourselves standby here, and with a good preparation.
Yeah, got it. So how about our controller business? Do we expect the preparation of the controller business to keep increasing in the following quarters, or it just can remain the same levels for our in our product mix?
Our controller still in shortage, so we still begging TSMC, UMC to give us more supply. Yeah, the PCI Gen 4 demand is very strong. Yeah.
Got it. So do we expect that its parameters can further improve in the following quarters?
The answer is yes, but again, supply.
Depends on supply.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like everyone have a concern about the oversupply issues for the foundry mature node. So potentially maybe we can secure more wafers if the foundry keep expand their mature node capacity in the next year, or the deal is still on negotiate.
I wish the foundry is going to release, then we're able to improve our share in this industry. But I don't know when they're able to soften. Yeah.
Got it. So how about the NAND supply? Because of the Kaisha's contaminations to limit the NAND supply in the first quarter, and now it seems like the wafer supply is back to the normalized stations. So how's our we know that Kaisha is our major NAND source. So how's our NAND supply right now?
No, overall, in legacy part, we're still asking for more shipment, but in the mainstream, I think we are mainly consume our inventory. We are still down to pull in the NAND flash in this month. So first priority is lower inventory. keep Phison's good shape. If a CQ3 market then turn to soft, then we're able to get more with better price to improve our market share and our profit.
Got it. So in last year, we actually outsourced some orders to other Taiwanese players, right? Because of the tight supply. So do we still outsource the orders to other players in this year, or we may turn the orders back?
For some low end modules, I don't think Phison we need to put our quality engineers into their business. I prefer to put my talents into the more advanced design. So low end we are still go to outsourcing, but whenever the flash the wafer supply turn to good enough, some middle end products Phison may turn back to our own solution.
Got it. So what's the difference between in-house and outsource? I mean, gross margins. What's the gross margin difference between our in-house solution and outsource?
Low end products, of course, they have a gross margin, but not that sweet. We're just using that to move some inventory. Yeah. So in-house solution, of course, which is for design in, customer has a requirement to have a service. We prefer to use in-house.
Got it. So I have a question in terms of our retimer and redriver business. How much does your retimer and redriver account for total revenue in next year after the product lines for mass productions?
The driver, 5 million pairs with $2 is $10 million, just $10 million. So this is not big scale business, but Phison is not looking for revenue. We're just taking this is one of our portfolio to approach to PC makers and to server makers. Okay, so this is our kind of weapon to talk to them and start to build a relationship. And retimer is a high price product, but we are not ready yet. So I will make comment when we are going to MP. Then we can share with you what kind of revenue we are going to achieve.
So will we bundle the redriver with our SSD controller or module to our clients for maybe for server or PC or laptop?
No. This is totally independency. It's not able to bundle. But if we have a redriver retimer to the servers, then we know them. We easily can talk to SSD. This is my strategy.
Oh, got it. I think I have no more questions. So, investor, if you have any questions, please raise your hand, and I will unmute you or to start your questions.
I think Jason is okay. My phone keep ringing from Japan and Korea. So if you no question, we can end up this call. I have to back to doing our business.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ban. Thank you for your.
Looks like NAND suppliers they are getting nervous. NAND suppliers getting nervous. Yeah.
Thank you, Investor, for your participations, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
See you. Thank you. See you. Okay. Bye.